Alright chat, we are back, ready to go. This is the only Mazar, solo commentating, solo running this whole stream and this match for y'all. We're going to be jumping in very, very soon. We're just waiting for both teams to come on in. For now, we only have EM Big Dawgs and we're just waiting on Steel Army. Yeah, sorry about that. Things are getting a little bit late, but you know what? More time for you guys to get ready. And let's hope for Steel Army's sake that Devin is warmed up and ready to go, because I think he was trying to get his game sharpened up whilst we were wrapping up that SGL podcast. We did want to fit in the SGL lore, but the cup tournament draw was more of a priority, so we'll save the lore for next week, folks. The cup draw was really important, so now that we got that out of the way, we are all good to go. Just a quick disclaimer for you all: when it comes to the Premier Cup, you saw, in the lower bracket, you have a UQF 2/3 loser. What that means is, when the second and third, the loser of the second and third matchup go down, we're going to pick what the home team is via basically a coin toss. So that was supposed to be a part of the draw too, but we didn't have time for that. So we're going to save that for the match day. Whichever team wins the toss will be the home team. And just so you are aware, there is a live vote going on for how we determine the server region. So the community was talking about that, and they wanted to change the way we did the server region allocation for each game in our cup tournaments. Instead of fixing it to one region for the home match for all up to 7 games, they wanted to alternate it. So the home team will still get more, but the away team will also have a chance to play in the preferred server region. And that adds another twist to the home matchup. So, as important as being the home team is, the away team will still have a chance. But we are almost ready to go, folks. Both teams are in. No predictions because we got no time. Sorry about that, folks. So, if you want to put your predictions and put it in the chat, let us know who you think will win. My personal opinion, it's going to be Steel Army. I hope EM Big Dawgs can get a point, though, because they have been getting better and better. And, for the sake of the championship and, for my personal sake too, I'd love to see them give Steel Army a bit of a tough test. So yeah, both teams are in. We're just waiting for both sets of players to join. And there they come. Almost. There it is. And folks, here we go. Diving right into the first match of Week 4 between Steel Army and EM Big Dawgs. So far, a slow start by Steel Army. Nice stall there by Bear Blitz. Carrying the ball out. Good challenge there, though, by Skyline. And a big win by Overtime Saint at the corner. Cannot get it to the second touch on time. And Skyline gets the first goal. Big start for EM Big Dawgs. Devin tried to clear it out. Great shot there by Posey. Skyline was just there to be the insurance, just to make sure the ball went into the back of the net. And a deserved lead for EM Big Dawgs. What an incredible start for them. That is exactly what they needed against a strong side like Steel Army. And once again, Steel Army looking a little shaky. Nice fake there by Bear. Couldn't get to the second touch, though, as he would have liked. Nice pass out there by Devin initially. Open net again. Devin couldn't make it, but Bear Blitz can. Saving his team from conceding a second goal. But this EM Big Dawgs side chat is really ramping up the pressure right now, and an incredible start from them. Especially Overtime Saint looking really good. Onesy as well, stepping it up big time. Bear Blitz brings it up on the right flank. He gets the second chance. Big 50 by Skyline. Big win by Overtime Saint. And that means Steel Army needs to retreat. Skyline, high up off the backboard. Not enough pace, though. Devin's able to get there. But he cannot bring it out into the midfield because Overtime Saint's there to win a big challenge. Skyline with a clutch 50 in the midfield. Posey beats one. No boost. Devin has 100, though. And he is able to see that off with the skin of his teeth. Now Bear Blitz brings it up, solo dribble. Beats one. cannot beat two. Devin could even get a bump, but it's an open net. Who's going to touch it? Neither Steel Army player. What is going on? And now it's an open net on the other end. And Posey makes it 2-0. Just like that. Luis in chat saying, Adrian playing good. Adrian's overtime save, by the way. Yes, Saint has been incredible here. And he comes up with a big assist right there, beating Red 4 at the right flank. This EM Big Dogs team is unlike the EM Big Dogs team that started off the season, folks. Week 4 is here, and this team is showing everyone that they have to be taken seriously. Oh, big demo, but not a powerful shot from Red 4, and Posey's able to bring it out to the right flank. Now, chat, I need to highlight this. This is possibly the strongest EM Big Dogs team, and they are showing it to you all right now. Overtime Saint getting a well-deserved goal. Raisin Boy in chat saying, we're in danger. Oh, indeed. Steel Army is 3-0 down. We are still in the first half. And this is a shocker. Maybe, just maybe, Devin having to, stretch his time out, trying to, finish up the podcast. Might have held his team back potentially, but I don't think they will care about excuses as the demos start coming out. Skyline's able to clear it out. By the way, these rotations from EM Big Dogs are incredible. Their positioning has been really good so far, but Steel Army have the answer with their demos. Bear Blitz bringing it forward. Saint with a loose touch. Devin sniffing that ball, hunting it down, and putting it in the back of the net with Bear Blitz providing the demo assist. This game feels like it's on a knife edge all of a sudden with that goal from Steel Army. The Big Dogs taking their time, not really engaging high up, and Devin is able to dribble it out. Overtime Saint with a big 50, but the ball is loose. Bear Blitz towards the net. Red 4 cannot make it on time. Devin keeps it in the midfield. Saint, though, clears it out. He has the chance to get a second touch, but he cannot. The third overcommitted, and Bear could not put that into the back of the net. EM Big Dogs can breathe a big sigh of relief as they get away with one right there. Posey with his light dominance, bringing it up, trying to get a touch on the midfield. Skyline now clears it out, and Red 4 does likewise to the other end. Follows it up. Overtime Saint gets the first touch, tries to keep it close, but he cannot. Another bump, and Bear Blitz this time gets the goal. Look at that bump. If the replay can show it to us, no, it cannot, unfortunately. But Red 4 was causing havoc in the goal line. Both EM Big Dogs players were in the net, too static, and Red 4 made sure that they couldn't pay attention to the ball. 3-2 to EM Big Dogs. Steel Army are coming back. Big effort by Devin. Good save. Another big save. And EM Big Dogs are holding on for their life right now as Steel Army are hunting down for that equalizer. Playboy in chat saying Steel Army is bumping a lot. That they are. And that's what's helped them so far. EM Big Dogs need to up their pace. Need to start getting out. Not standing still as much to avoid those bumps. Skyline clears it out. But Red 4 keeps up the pressure. Bear Blitz couldn't get the shot on target. Overtime Saint gets lucky with his touch, and Saint clears it out yet again. Going out to the right flank. Cannot follow it up. Ball is loose. Weak touch. Bear Blitz challenges with zero boost. Devin follows up, pass it to the midfield, but Red 4 is a bit too far behind, and this is a good chance for EM Big Dogs. But Posey whiffs. Yet Saint is there to help out. Saint, the best performer for EM Big Dogs in this game one, making sure that they can see this out as the clock ticks down. The ball is in the favorable end for EM Big Dogs. Posey takes a shot, a lot of time wasting. That ball goes down, and EM Big Dogs with a huge game one win. Did anyone expect that, by the way? Did anyone expect that? I honestly didn't. That is insane. I mean, we've been counting out Big Dogs on several occasions, especially when they face up against strong teams. You know, they were overwhelmed against BNG Old Timers in Game 1. And in this Game 1 against Steel Army, it's been the exact opposite. Steel Army getting overwhelmed this time by EM Big Dawgs, and they try to come back with the bumps, but oh man, they could not do enough. And this is huge, and I mean huge for Big Dawgs to get that first point. Raisin Boy announcing subs. Yes, there are subs, and they are happening for sure. Both sides, I might add, but we'll see who comes in. Be a bit of a surprise. If I'm silent, folks, it's because I'm making sure that both teams are good to go. Right now, we are missing one player for EM Big Dawgs before we get started. Luis in chat saying, Skyline is super solid. I agree. He has been really, really good. And you can see this in the scorecard as well. Not really getting the points, but he's getting a decent number of touches. Him being the third was very helpful for EM Big Dawgs. Folks, both teams are now in. Both teams have made a sub, and we will see once we get into Forbidden Temple for Game 2. If you caught it at the very beginning, Raisin Boy did indeed come in, and he came in for Red 4. EM Big Dawgs with their own substitution. Blitzcav coming in for Skyline. Now, chat, some of you may be asking, why are Big Dawgs making a substitution? Didn't they just win Game 1 with the strongest trio? Well, you can ask Ponzi. As team captain, he's willing to rotate, give everyone a chance, and unfortunately, that means that the opposition is going to get a good chance to get their first goal. And Raisin Boy does that. Nice first touch. Beats Blitzcav, sorry, and gets the first goal for Steel Army in this Game 2. Now, Raisin Boy has been the difference maker for Steel Army anytime he's come in as a sub. So for him to come in right now, that tells you everything you need to know. Steel Army needs some help, and they have called on Raisin Boy to bail them out after that Game 1 loss. Nice challenge attempt there by Safe, but Blitz is struggling, and he's panicking, and Devitt gets the second right after. Raisin Boy gets the first off of a lob attempt that Blitzcav was just not ready for. Fair Blitz faking him out too. And so far, it might be a rout for Steel Army if EM Big Dawgs are not careful. Honestly, I thought they would try and go for the win. You know, try and keep their strongest lineup for Game 2. But Posey elected to rotate, bring out a sub. And so far, it's not been too bad, as you can see right here. I mean, Blitzcav kind of struggling. But Posey and Saint still performing really well. Ooh, that looked awkward on my end, chat. Devitt with a ghost touch, but Fair Blitz is able to bring it out. Posey getting in right there. Strong challenge. No bump. Great play there by Posey, but he didn't have the boost. Saint is out of order right now, and Blitzcav needed to come in to keep the pressure up. Nice big touch. Open in the middle. Posey gets one back. Folks, let's give credit to Blitzcav right there. I know I've been like kind of going hard on him, you know, kind of being harsh, but there, he was clutch in that little moment where he came up and got that key touch to keep the pressure up, because that meant overtime Saint could cut with low boost, play that pass into the middle, and it allowed Posey to come in and get the first goal in this Game 2 for EM Big Dawgs. And that's all that they need to do. They just need to keep the pressure up. But then the demo comes up, and Blitz with an incredible solo play. Oh my goodness, chat. Clip that. I'm telling y'all, clip that. Look at that. Incredible from Bear Blitz. Red 4 hopping into the chat, commending his team on the great Game 2 that they're playing so far. Little setback for them, but that hasn't really shaken them up. They're coming back, trying to get a fourth. And I do want to highlight they're continuing on from game 1 where they have kept demoing the third. And if Blitzcap wants to sit back, you know, he's going to be in trouble because that means he's going to get demo most likely. So we'll see if he's going to get out of his goal line more and engage just like that. Great job there by Blitzcap. Saint winning a 50. Posey has no boost, but he is able to paddle it out into the midfield. It gets 100 in the midfield. Shot attempt by Saint. Probably off target, but Steel Army did not know. And it had to make a save attempt right there. But so far, you know, you got to give credit to this EM Big Dog side. Even with Blitzcap, they're able to pin Steel Army back for moments and make sure that they're able to push up and apply some pressure. Steel Army looking a bit awkward right there, just giving the ball up, but they get away with it. They keep the pressure up as EM Big Dogs didn't really capitalize on that. Now Saint with 0 boost brings it up, gets the quarter boost, elects to do nothing, and he has to go back now. Blitzcap tried to pitch it off the wall. Couldn't really do much right there. Saint helps him out. Wins a 50 against Devin. Posey now takes over with his dominance. Shot on goal. Fair blitz with a big save. Not much boost left though. Posey did steal the quarter boost now. This is EM Big Dog's chance to get one back yet again. Luis Suarez Dollar in chat commenting on Blitzcap's car. Yes, that Paladin with the shuriken at the top. I dig it. And speaking of Blitzcap, fortuitous pass right there. I don't know if he meant that, but that was still incredibly awesome to see. Not much could be done there. Raisin Boy tried to get a shot, whiffs, and now Steel Army is able to get the ball back into the midfield. Beats 2 with that flick. Blitzcap had to get a touch to get it loose, but Devin, oh, open net. He should have put a bit more power into that. He's probably gonna want to get that back. Another whiff, and this time Raisin Boy comes up, applies the pressure in the middle, in front of the goal line. How did that not go in, by the way? How did that not go in? I thought that was gonna go in, right? Bispo, like that is an incredible freaking save. 1 minute remaining, folks. Steel Army 2 up right now, applying the pressure. They should be getting a 4th. Still struggling, just not with the firepower that they had earlier in the season. Big Dogs are able to see this off, but they need to get one back. The clock is ticking. The clock is against them, and the ball is not at the right place. They need to get it out into the other half. Posey now has the touch, but he bails out, and he allows Raisin Boy to play a pass into the middle. And they're just stuck. They're pinned back right now. Posey needs to bail them out. Gets it out, 0 boost, he needs help. Oh no! Oh my goodness, I thought that was gonna go on target. Saint, no, he gets his shot off target. And folks, that might be it. As the clock ticks down to 0, Steel Army come back and win this game 2. There it is, folks. Big win for Steel Army. And you can see it right there. Raisin Boy has been the difference maker so far. And I think Red 4 can agree in chat. Raisin Boy came in and he transformed the Steel Army side completely. So props to him for that. But also, props to EM Big Dogs for rotating and still playing quite well to the point of pressuring this Steel Army side on multiple occasions. It is unfortunate that they didn't get more than 1 goal because they had the opportunities. But as Luis in chat mentions, Saint missed an open net, and you could see they had a few more opportunities where they could have made better chances, but they just couldn't pile up the pressure. They were just not as aggressive. They're just, pulling back and sitting back a bit too much, and it allowed Steel Army to see off the final couple of minutes and really just take control of that game. Kiwi in chat saying, Squid said he's tired of warming the bench. Squid who? Sorry. Fill me in on there, Kiwi. As we go into game 3, folks, we are going to see a sub. I'm not going to announce it right now. We'll see when we get to the game. But yeah, I do want to highlight Blitzcap's contribution. I mean, 171 points with not too many touches. That's good. He made 2 big saves. He played a part. Give him some credit too. Like, he came into a side that was kind of struggling. Still waiting on both sets of players to join in to the lobby. And there we go. We are just about ready to kickstart this game 3 in DFH. And you might have caught this, you might not have. But Pico David, aka Playboy Farty, has entered the team, and he replaces Blitzcap. We still see the duo of Sate and Posey remaining, and I think that's for the best for EM Big Dawgs. But that third spot is open for rotations galore. Props to EM Big Dawgs for that. Kiwi in chat saying Squid is a potential recruit for Big Dawgs. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, we were talking about this a while back. You see Steel Army trying to start off where they left off in game 2. Just couldn't get the powerful shot right there. Playboy having an awkward moment. David, sorry, having an awkward moment. Another awkward moment, but Posey bails him out. He needs to get himself out of no man's land. Zero boost, upside down. But he has nothing to worry about when he has Sate helping him out as well. Pass attempt. And Devitt, just like that, gets started for Steel Army yet again. Bear Blitz showing good boost control, going out of the way of the ball. He probably got the call from Devitt for that shot. Great communication right there from Steel Army, folks. Luis calling out Argless. OMG, Argless, look who's on the field, says Luis in chat. I'm not sure if Argless is paying attention to the stream right now. I know he's lurking. But yeah, if you want to watch Pico David play, now's the moment, Argless and co. Uh-oh. Well, bad timing. Curse of the commentator. I'm so sorry. Flip that, I guess. Because that is a low light. Courtesy of Pico David. 2-0 to Steel Army, folks. Yeah, I don't know what to say. That's a shocker. He's probably going to have a laugh about this. Probably not going to cry. I mean, it's not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. But, you know, with the good start that EM Big Dawgs have had, these substitutions have kind of screwed up the rhythm. But Steel Army with Raisin Boy are showing you guys why they are a contender for the Championship League title. Devitt solo dribbling it out from the left flank, lofting it over into the middle where Raisin Boy was to put it into the back of the net. Luis saying, is that Reynolds out there? Damn. And unfortunately for Big Dawgs, it just goes from bad to worse. 4-0. Raisin Boy with the easy kickoff goal. Just complete lack of organization right now from Big Dawgs. They're really struggling right now. Just unfortunate for them that after all the good work they had in games 1 and 2, this game 3 has just been terrible for them. Bonesy trying his best, but even he couldn't do it. Get Bear Blitz? Hello? You had 2 chances to put it on target, and you hit the corner in the second moment when the net was wide open right there. And now Devitt has to come in. Oh, what a save! Chat, clip that! What a massive save there from Sate. That game could have been put to bed right then and there, but with 3 minutes to go, Big Dawgs can still come back. Posey trying his best to get that first goal for EM Big Dawgs. To no avail, shot off target. And now Raisin Boy booms it into the other side. The post helping it in. 5-0. 5-0 to Steel Army in game 3. And that's the first couple of games where they've had a reliable third sitting back and anchoring. This time they've kind of struggled to really have that third help and maintain the pressure for EM Big Dawgs. Posey there trying his best. Sate cutting with 0 boost, trying to keep it up. Pico David 0 boost in no man's land, looking lost out there like a rabbit under the headlights. Sate trying his best with 0 boost. I don't think I've seen Sate do that this season so far, so props to him. Those ring maps have really helped with him with his mechanics. Now Sate brings it up, but the spawn is kind to Steel Army. Is Raisin Boys right there to bring the ball out to the opposite flank. Bear Blitz with a shot into the middle. Posey whiffs. Pitch attempt between Pico David and Sate. Sate into the middle. No one is there for EM Big Dawgs, and that's fine. Posey had to anchor the back. Could even bring it up. Open net. Bear Blitz. Weak shot. Far post. 6-0. 2 minutes to go, folks. Red Force saying Big Dawgs just playing the long game. Maybe, but you know, this is not a good moment for them right now. I don't think they would really care about this particular result. I mean, they just want everyone to get their minutes and to have their appearances. And so far, they have been doing that. Oh, big save there by Posey. Save brings it out, but he could not be Raisin Boy. Posey trying to keep it out. Oh, fake right there. Blitz takes control. He cannot get the second touch. Posey coming up clutch, but we were going to see a highlight reel goal right there. Still not over yet for Big Dawgs as Raisin Boy tries to play it to the middle. Oh no, open net. Devitt steals Raisin Boy's goal. 7-0 to Steel Army, folks. Just complete chaos right now for the Big Dawgs. Struggling at the moment. Kiwi is calling for it. He is calling for it, chat. I don't know how many of you are wanting to see it. I'm not going to say anything about it. Steel Army don't care, though. They want that aid. They want that aid. And they don't care about giving us the result that we want to see. They want more and more goals. They want a stat pad. They want to get their ratings up. They want to enter into the top 5. They want to consolidate the position in the league. Big Dawgs had a moment there. Nice attacking spell. Couldn't do much, though. 1 minute left. Devitt off the backboard. Bear Blitz trying to play a pass to Raisin. Raisin, though, had absolutely no clue right there. Oh, unfortunate. Love that from Bear Blitz, though. Looking out for the pass. Not a common thing that you see in Rocket League for the most part. So, props to him for that. Odie coming up towards that ball. Big booming clearance. Sage is waiting. Sage is ready. Off the backboard. Posey on target. Devitt with a big save. Still not over yet. Devitt clears it out off the backboard. Sage with 0 boost. Posey's trying to go back and establish his position again, but he gets beaten by Raisin Boy with 6 boosts remaining. Posey clears it out. Sage with the second touch. Sage follows it up yet again. 10 seconds to go, folks. Is it time? Is it gonna happen? No, it's not. Raisin Boy says, nope. We want to keep our clean sheet. 2, 1. Are they gonna try? No, they're not. Game 3 over. 7-0. Kiwi, we were close. We were very close, but no 7-1 this time. Kiwi, I know you're saying next time. And I know, Luis, you're sad. I just don't know if we'll have this good an opportunity again. I mean, props to Steel Army for being professional about it and being good sports. You know, not trying to set us up for the result. It does suck, though, because now we miss out on something pretty cool, eh? So, this was the best moment. But there's always a next time. Anyways, we are going to have subs. No surprise, right? But whilst that happens, I mean, just look at how dominant the Steel Army side was. 40 touches by Raisin Boy. 42 touches by Devitt. And only 24 touches, but with those 24 touches, he got 5 shots and 2 goals. All 3 players had at least 2 goals. I mean, if that's not dominance, I don't know what is. And they control this whole match from beginning to end, folks. Just waiting for both teams to enter into Game 4. Still waiting for a third from EM Big Dawgs before we get started. Caesar in chat. Caesar, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Calling out EM Big Dawgs in 5, or Little Dogs for that matter. Pico David in chat saying, I did way more for both teams. RIP. Look, man. You were out there. You played your part. It can be rough, but the more minutes you put into the game, the better you'll get. Kiwi in chat asking, how far away is the window? We will let you know in a bit. I just need to go back and just look through the schedule and confirm. There is a potential for 2 different windows, one for each tier. So just keep that in mind. Raisin Boy chat say, go Hounds! I mean, they've had a decent weekend, didn't they? Unfortunately, I don't really follow the USL. you know, I mean, I'm Canadian. I follow Canadian soccer first and foremost, you know, so not really in tune with what's going on with the USL. So I'm guessing the Riverhounds had a good weekend, did they, Raisin? Yeah, still taking a bit of time, chat. Yeah, Big Dogs are having issues, I guess. I'm just checking with them to see what's going on. Gaines, welcome into the chat, man. How you doing? Luis in chat saying Genji EM round 5. Well, if they get the strongest lineup, maybe. Gaines in chat saying Dallas, Chalice, Palace, EM in 5. No malice? All right, both teams are in. We are ready to go. Let's dive in. Let's not wait for too much longer. So Steel Army, I'm going to spoil it right now. They're sticking with the same lineup. But EM Big Dogs are back to the strongest trio. Saint, Posey, and Skyline making a return. Can they get us to game 5? Or are we going to see Steel Army win another 3-1? I don't think they've swept a single match this season, folks. So, you know, continuing on from where they left off, game 3. Raisin Boy with a big first goal. Skyline and Saint having an awkward moment. Unfortunate, terrible start for them. But they still have a lot of time to come back. Meanwhile, Raisin Boy realizing that they're in trouble. And he comes in and punishes EM Big Dogs for the confusion at the back. 1-0 to Steel Army. Oh, and a loose ball right there. High up, lofted up, open still. Raisin with a nice second touch right there. Saint and Posey double committing. Looking a little disheveled, but Saint with a big demo to bring them back. Oh, whiff! And Red 4 also misses. I forgot to say I said Saint lineup, but Red 4 does come in for Bear Blitz. That is my bad. That's on me, folks. I'm sorry. Bit of rotation going on, but you know what? Keep the hot hand in. Or the hot car in this case. Raisin Boy, you know, you don't want to sub him out when he's playing this well. For Steel Army. Skyline letting it go, flipping, getting into position, and now Posey brings it out. Devitt needed to play that off the backboard. Posey had it set up, and he could not get that shot on target. But can he set up overtime save right there? Nice first touch. Ball's in the middle. Loose. Big save by Devitt. Oh, Saint. He's unfortunate. He tried his best to get there. Devitt with a big first touch. Red 4. Shot off target off of the crossbar. Unlucky instances for both teams right now, and we're still 1-0 to Steel Army. Awkward moment yet again. Raisin Boy misses. Ball's loose in the midfield. Yeah, Big Dogs are too slow. Red 4 gets it. Off the backboard again. This is set up well for Devitt. Big intervention. And now Raisin Boy tries to play it out wide. Centers it. Red 4 with no boost. Just going for it. Nice beat by Saint. Can he get a second touch to get the equalizer? He cannot. Raisin Boy gets back there right on time. It's a little more chaotic, as you can see, chat. Steel Army don't have the control that they have had in previous games. They don't have the passing and the composure yet. But this faster pace does unsettle this EM Big Dog side. Nice save there by Skyline. Saint cannot win the ball off the corner. Pass into the middle. Red 4 somehow takes it out all the way to the flat. Okay. A little bit of an Emil Heskey effort right there, but still 1-0, and still the pressure sustained by Steel Army. Another shot off target, but it doesn't really matter that badly because they're still able to keep up the pressure. Nice save again by Skyline. But this EM Big Dogs team is pinned back. They need some help to get this ball out. They need a big 50 like that. They need a follow-up now. Where's the follow-up? Right there. Posey into the opposite end. That's exactly what they needed. Awkward moment for Skyline. Ooh, a double commit. Open net. Oh, you hate to see that, chat. But in SGL, when you double commit like that and don't capitalize, you are going to get punished. And Steel Army have done just that. 2-0, with Debit getting the big second. Ooh, and the El Matador boys in chat are calling this game already. Caesar saying, pack it up, boys. Luis saying Cancun. Caesar saying Galveston. Hold those thoughts, boys, because overtime Saint gets one back after a good kickoff. Red 4, whiffing, open net, Saint getting a goal back. Still a lot of time. Still a lot of time for a comeback. It's only 2-1. Nice kickoff again. Debit looking awkward. Debit misses. Saint gets the second. Just like that. 5 seconds after their first goal in Game 4, they get a second. And it's Skyline to Saint yet again. The same combination off of a kickoff yet again. And now the EM boys are hyped up yet again for their team. With that big equalizer, folks, with 90 seconds to go, it can go either way. It's their risky pass too, but Saint is able to intervene. Big touch right there. Posey, open net, dribbling it in. 3-2. Huge clutch. That is exactly what the Big Dogs needed. And in the space of 20 seconds, they've come from 2-0 down to 3-2 in this Game 4. Caesar celebrating Posey at the moment, calling him the man and the myth. As Posey gets involved yet again, could this go in? It might, it does. What an insane sequence we are having here, folks. Big 50 by Posey on Raisin Boy. Open net at the back as the third committed high up. 4-2 to Big Dogs. Is it going to happen? Are we going to go to Game 5? We might, because that ball's going towards the net again. But off of the backboard, Devin clears it out. Skyline, look at that confidence. Getting there early as the third. Not holding back. Goals change games. Goals change teams. And goals change your mental, folks. That's why you never give up in Rocket League, even when the going gets tough. Now, can Steel Army come back? They will try. Big 50, it required the whole EM Big Dogs team to squeeze that ball out to the right flank. Team effort, absolutely a must right now. Ball's loose in the corner. Skyline lets it go. Posey, though, had to intervene. Open net. Posey using his boost to bring it out off the backboard. Oh, no. Red 4 and Raisin Boy get mixed up, and they couldn't get a clean shot off. Devin keeping up the pressure. Double commit. Posey clears it out to the midfield. It's open for Saint. He gets the first touch. Time wasting galore. And folks, EM Big Dogs are sending us to Championsip. What an insane comeback, by the way. Incredible comeback. I mean, this team struggled at the start, and Steel Army had the control via the chaos. But then EM Big Dog stepped up. All they needed was that one goal. That one goal was changing everything for them. And then the confidence just seared right into this team. And it changed EM Big Dogs completely. Look at Skyline, by the way, man of the match. Skyline, on paper, probably not the best player in the team. But damn, has he stepped up with 3 assists and 3 saves. Incredible performance right there from Skyline. Incredible performance from Posey and Saint as well. That is what you call a proper team, folks. Don't give up on EM Big Dogs. You know, in the Premier, we say EC Eternal stocks are low. You got to buy in. Folks, I think it's time to buy into the EM Big Dog stocks as we enter Game 5. Championsip. Winner takes all. Suspense is building. The tension is palpable. The crowd, the chat are waiting in anticipation for kickoff. Are we going to see a sub for EM Big Dawgs? They've been rotating so far. Are they going to keep it consistent, or are they going to change it up yet again? And Steel Army, are they going to respond to that setback? We shall see, folks. Kiwi calling it no subs, as you can see right there. Yes, EM Big Dawgs are going for the win. Here we go. Game 5, Champions Field. Who will get the 4 points? Oh, what a save indeed! Overtime save at the right place. Denying Raisin Boy, who gets the second chance. 0 boost off the backboard, 3 touches, loose. Debit cannot secure that second touch after the first one. Nice pass right there. Saint gets it out to the midfield. Blitzcap getting in. Trying to get the challenge. Doesn't win it, but I commend him for that. I really do commend him for that effort. And now Posey intervening. I do want to highlight a sub for Steel Army. Bear Blitz does come back in for Red 4. So it's the 2 strongest lineups, as it should be in this matchup. Winner takes all. Folks, this is going to be a really good one, as you can see already right here. Nice touch right there by Bear Blitz. Setting up Debit. Bump! Saved by Posey. And now they need to get out. They need to get that ball in the midfield. They have no one to follow up, and Raisin Boy is able to keep up the pressure. Saint clears it out to the red flank, but again, Steel Army can keep it up. This is it for EM Big Dawgs. They need to hold. They need to stay strong. They cannot let Steel Army blow their wall down as they keep huffing and puffing at this moment. Ooh, a little mix-up right there. This is Skyline's moment. He beats one. He cannot get a strong touch. Plays it into the middle. Posey with a 50 on Red 4. Open net, though. And it is Steel Army with the first blow. Posey going high in this challenge. And Bear Blitz staying low. Bear Blitz assisting his brother Debit. 1-0 to Steel Army in this game 5 after a bit of a tense start from both teams. Mostly from Big Dawgs. We'll see if they can respond right now. Ooh, good attempt right there by Raisin, following up from Debit. Beats one, but they can't beat Debit. And now Bear Blitz trying to follow it up. Safe clears it out. Posey with the equalizer. Just like that. Save to Posey, the 2 best Big Dawgs players stepping up. And Posey, he's rotated this team, folks. But now he's going for the win. He is not going to hold back. Alex coming into the chat, trying to talk spicy right now. I mean, both teams did score open nets, but that's why it's fine, because both teams have done it. 1-1. All square so far. Oh, good sequence there from Big Dawgs. Skyline, shot on net. Skyline, 2-1. Big Dawgs. Bit of a mix-up right there for Debit. You don't often see him looking awkward right there, but he was panicking. And I think that was Raisin Boy who tried to come in, try to get a save, but he couldn't make it on time. This is huge for Big Dawgs, taking the lead in this game 5. Steel Army rocking right now, and not in a good way. Whiff! Open net! Skyline with a good first touch. Couldn't get the second touch. Debit with 0 boost clears it out. And now he has 100. He has control. He gets the 50 right there to the left flank. He's trying to dribble it into the middle. And Posey gets it away. But not over yet. Shot off target by Bear Blitz. Oh, he will tell you himself. He is a passer and not a shooter. But he really needs to be a shooter. Because Posey gets the 3rd for Big Dawgs. You want to know why I'm confusing the post and crossbar? Because of hype moments like this, Palace. If I had a second commentator, I'd be able to call it out better. If you want to jump in and help out, feel free to do so, even as this late into the game. Oh my goodness, what a performance though from Big Dawgs. 2-goal lead, 3-1 up. Can they get the win right here against top of the table Steel Army? Steel Army have it all to do now. And this Big Dogs team, they don't want to hold back. They don't want to sit back. They want to challenge in the midfield. They want to show everyone that they need to be taken seriously. Saint bringing it out to the other end. And now there's a lot of time for Steel Army. Devitt getting the first touch. Cannot beat Posey. Great defending right there. Bearbliss needs to come up. Ball open in the middle. Skyline bails out. Saint with a weak shot, but the ball is loose. Devitt doesn't really take control right now. He does beat Posey with that. Skyline comes in, keeps the pressure up. Someone needs to take control of the ball. Someone needs to take charge. Not whipping around like that. I'm sure Raisin Boy will have something to say. Getting flashbacks to Season 2 of SGL gameplay right there. And now it's Skyline bringing it out off the corner. Is he going to get the corner boost? That he is. Smart play. Posey loose in the middle. Skyline needs to cut. He tries. Doesn't get it, but that's still good. Saint couldn't make it. Now it's 1v1. But Raisin Boy bails out. Open net. Oh my god. 4-1. Is that it? Is that the dagger? Has Posey sealed the win for Big Dogs? Has Posey guaranteed a first loss of the season for Steel Army? Chat is going nuts right now, by the way. Chat is going absolutely insane. All the EM folks, all the FC Dallas fans right now are going crazy at the moment. It's not over yet, folks. 30 seconds to go. We've seen crazier comebacks than this. Devitt into the middle. Oh, what a great save. Saint diving into the near post. Willing the ball out of the EM Big Dogs end. Incredible touch, open. Bear Blitz loose. Posey tried to play a pass. No one's there. And Bear Blitz gets the ball back. They need quick fire goals. They need a goal right now. Bear Blitz getting a goal. 2-goal deficit. 7 seconds to go. Folks, it can still happen. It's not over yet. Low beta, panic station, Skyline. Not expecting that ball to travel all the way in the same path. Gets a goal. 2-4. Between Steel Army and Big Dogs. This kickoff is huge. This kickoff goes into the favor. Oh no! Big whip! But it doesn't matter. The clock is at 1. And the clock is now at 0. Folks, it has happened. Our biggest upset of the season. EM Big Dogs beats Steel Army 3-2. I'm going to catch a breather right now. This is the best result I have seen this season. We were very close. Los Verdes had a really good moment to win in Game 5 when they took it to overtime at Championsip. But folks, Los Verdes couldn't do it, but Big Dogs can. And Big Dogs, you know, they did what Los Verdes couldn't do. I'm going to go back to my analogy from last week. Folks, it has happened. David has slain Goliath. Absolutely nuts. That Big Dogs voice chat must be going absolutely bananas right now. I mean, we're seeing it in the Twitch chat already. I wouldn't be surprised if their voice chat in Discord's going absolutely nuts. I mean, those guys fully deserve it. What an incredible performance. My man of the match, it's tough, but I have to go with Posey despite the greatest effort from Overtime Saint and despite Skyline coming in and making such massive contributions. It has to be Posey. He took charge as the leader of the team, rotating, but not letting that discourage Big Dogs. They stepped it up despite their rotations, and they're able to get their biggest win of the season so far against Steel Army. And this is huge when it comes to the league implications, because this gives a chance for the other teams to come back into it, like EC Defiance and BNG Old Timers. Just waiting on interviews at the moment, folks. But seriously, that was a massive result, wasn't it, chat? I mean, absolutely wild. Cinema. Absolute freaking cinema. That is why we love SGL. Like, just to see these moments where EM Big Dogs can rotate, give everyone a chance. We saw Blitzcap get a game. We saw Pico David get a game. And then they decide, you know what? No. we did enough rotations. It's time to get the win. Let's focus on getting that big win, because they could smell it. They could sense the weakness in the Steel Army side. They could see the blood trickling out of them in the water, and just like the hungry sharks, they went in for the kill, and that they did. Convincing finish, beating Steel Army 4-2 in Game 5. Well, alright. Be honest, chat. Did any of you predict EM Big Dawgs winning? Be honest. Straight up. And then just looking into the chat, Palace talking some trash against Steel Army. Debit, this is what you get for not abandoning your team mid-game to answer my question. And then Debit responding, bro, we needed you for the pod. Say, you did training, you did really well, but hey, Bonesy stepped up huge too. I'm not going to discredit that. Speaking of Bonesy, he will be coming into the interview booth very shortly, folks. So just give me a second whilst I get that set up. Folks, there he is, the man of the moment, Bonesy of EM Big Dawgs. Dude, tell me how y'all are feeling. I mean, this was such an inspirational performance. This was absolute cinema. Twitch chat was popping off. How are you guys feeling right now?
Already know that the Game 5 thriller, so we're feeling great, especially coming out with that W. You know, it's been a rough few weeks, but we're back.
Bonesy, I hate to say this, but you're sounding really quiet at the moment, so do you mind repeating that first statement, that answer?
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, Game 5 thriller, we're feeling great. You know, coming out on top, finally back on top, so we're feeling good.
Oh my god, I mean, did you guys even expect this yourself, in all honesty? Like, going into this match, were you expecting to beat Steel Army?
I mean, yeah, our name's not underdogs, we're the big dogs, right?
Hey, you're not wrong about that. I mean, you guys did show you were the big dogs. We had Caesar, especially in chat, calling you guys little dogs, but you guys proved him wrong for sure.
Yeah, we were ready for this. I mean, there's always that time, you know, when you have the podcast calling us out, we got to come out and show them what's up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Again, unfortunately, sorry chat. Bonesy, you are sounding a little quiet. I'm just trying my best to boost you up. So if you can like help out with that as well, go ahead.
Is this working better? Let me see. One second.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, apologies for that, folks. But I mean, I'm not gonna put it on Bonesy. I mean, dude. Listen.
Here we go. That should work now.
Oh, ears. Sorry about that.
My bad.
No, not your fault. That sounds way better though. Woo! All right, one sec. Okay, much better. So back to it. I mean, you guys stepped up. You know, you guys did what Los Verdes couldn't do. And I know some of the players, I guess Pico David in particular, really like that, given that his name's David, and David has slain Goliath. So just, you know, going in that direction, how is he feeling after all of this? Like, how hyped up is he at the moment?
Oh, David is hyped. You know he's hyped. He loves it. You know, obviously we need to work on some rotations when he's in the lineup, but you know, we're feeling good about rotating everybody, making sure everybody gets to play, and, you know, still coming out with W's.
Yeah, absolutely. And now in that game 4, you know, when that moment arose, did you guys just decide, okay, we're going to go for the W, let's stick to our strongest lineup, or was that decision made after you guys won game 4?
Oh, I mean, we already knew we were going to go for the win. We knew we were winning that game 4, even when we were down 2-0, so we were fine.
And, you know, talking about the improvements, I know some people have already highlighted, like, Sate practicing and, you know, going through those Lethamyr maps to get his mech sharpened up. But what about the rest of the team? How did you and Skyline prepare for this as well as Blitzcav and Pico, David?
Well, Blitzcav got new hardware for his Switch, so that's what he's been doing to prepare. And then David's been grinding. Yeah, I mean, obviously we saw Adrian doing rings with Louise earlier, really grinding there. And Skyline's been putting in the work. I see him on the tournaments every night. Yeah, Debit playing on the Switch, man.
Wait, what? The Switch?
Yeah,
Huh?
he plays on the Switch. Yeah. Yeah, he's actually doing motion controls when he's early.
No.
Pretty cool stuff.
No, don't say that. Motion controls? Okay.
Yeah, man.
That explains why Pico David's looking a little awkward.
Oh, not Pico David. That's Blitzcav.
Oh,
that
Blitzcav.
plays.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, Blitzcav was looking a little rough. Like, I could see in several moments where he was just not at the right place, just struggling to get the control of the car, but he grew into it too. So, motion controls on the Switch, hey, props to him. I mean, we've had a couple of players in the past play on the Switch, like Debit himself a long time ago, Palace as well. He was playing on the Switch for a long time as well. And the Blitzcap comes into the chat saying, I'm asleep playing dropped with a Pro Controller. Hey, I'll give you that for sure. Right. One more question. I'll give it to you to just, say what you need to say. But final question. With this win, do you guys get this feeling that you want to go for the win more, or you guys still want to rotate and just give everyone a chance to play and try different combinations as well?
I mean, I definitely, I talked to the team. We want to rotate. We want to get the team flowing. Obviously we don't know how everybody's going to work together if we're just swapping back and forth. So we're gonna practice a little bit more with everybody. Get everybody playing time. It's more fun that way, especially when you get a W after you're rotating. So it's always more fun that way.
Oh, I fully agree. I absolutely agree. And you know what? This must be the most satisfying win you've had all season. So on that note, the floor is yours. Speak your mind. Give your shout outs. And yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, shout out my team. They're great. Shout out Adrian for putting in that work earlier. It really paid off. I mean, he really started he got the momentum going early on, and he got the momentum going in game 4. So loving that from my team. And then shout out FC Dallas, and shout out Debit for the call out on the podcast. Lit a fire under me. So that's what we get.
And Gnostic coming in, first time chatter. Welcome aboard, by the way. Shouting out Skyline. Yeah, props to Skyline as well.
Yeah, shout out Skyline, man.
Okay, I know this. I said this is going to be the last one, but quick question: were you expecting Skyline to pop off like this? Real talk.
Oh yeah, we've been waiting for him to come back. Unfortunately, a couple of games we've been without him just because he's had prior engagements. Last week he went to go see the Rangers start their season. So glad to have him back.
Well, there you go. And you know what? We hope to see more of these kind of inspirational performances from you guys. Like, it was kind of coming. We saw it against Black and Gold Old Timers last week. Now you've done it. You've slayed the strongest team in this championship so far, opening up the league table all of a sudden and making it so that other teams get a chance to get up there. Yourself included too, by the way. And there you go. Enjoy the win. Congratulations. And we will catch you next time, Bonesy.
All right. Thank you.
Woo-wee! I'm still blown away, by the way. I am still trying to wrap my head around that result. It's just absolutely insane. We do have one more interview, by the way, very soon. So yeah, Steel Army are going to have their interview. We're gonna hear the thoughts out of Steel Army once we get the interviewee in. I do really like the fact that BNG Old Timers are going to go for the win. They're going to be competitive as well. So they are, despite the rotation, still showing respect to the overall competition, and they're going to make sure that they respect the opponents as well. And they're not just going to try different things and just, not really put their best foot forward. They're absolutely going to go for it. So for people who are thinking, especially, with the way Luis was calling out Posey earlier with the rotations. I mean, Posey has proved you wrong, Luis. Got to hold your hands up on that moment. And, whilst we wait for Luis's thoughts, we are going to bring in Debit from Steel Army to hear his thoughts on that matchup. Debit, first of all, I apologize for delaying your ability to get started with the matchup. That's on me, my bad. Would you say that played a part?
That's the copium I needed. Thank you. Nah. Nah. That's Cope at the end of the day. Bro, they came out with a fire and a passion. I don't know what else to say. They were just beating us.
So, is it right to say that you guys got caught off guard in that game one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They were rotating cleanly, demo chasing like crazy. Yeah, we couldn't just sit back and let the ball come to us like usual.
I could see why you guys brought out Raisin Boy. I mean, that dude had an instant impact and was just really running the show. So I could see why you had to bring him in early. After those games 2 and 3, did you guys really think you had it in the bag, or were you guys still worried about a potential comeback?
Potential, but like I really wanted to use this game 4 as a testing ground for another combo that we haven't utilized in a long while. So that's why that game 4 roster was Red, Raisin, and I. I really wanted to see how these different combos would work. I mean, we do love running 4 at a time, and usually you'll probably end up seeing like Bear, Raisin, and I. But I just wanted to see how like that side would do.
There you go. And you know what? I can understand why you guys didn't want to drop Raisin Boy because he was running the show. But, when that Game 4 setback occurred and you guys were entering Game 5, you brought out your strongest possible lineup. But, was there still a feeling inside your head like, this is not over yet? There's still something that could happen. And do you think that played a part in your Game 5 loss?
I still had to get the job done at the end of the day, especially seeing the Skyline come back into the play. Their defense, they're just getting to everything, and we weren't getting the right 50s down on their end to keep the offense going. And every 50 pretty much went against us whenever we were trying to make something happen. So that's why like the slow play started coming out a bit more.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, you still had your good spells, so it's not like it was all big dogs in that Game 5. You guys still tested them, for sure. With that said, I mean, you guys were going with the bubs and demos a whole lot in those first couple of games, and then it just kind of went away. Was that intentional, or did that just happen because the dynamics of the game changed?
Slightly dynamics of the game changed, but also like the opportunities to do so just weren't as prevalent compared to the earlier games. Must have been some Game 5 pep talk, as I'm hearing in chat over here.
Oh yeah, Pico is mentioning that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about that Game 5 team where they're just playing lockdown.
Yeah, it was just inspirational defending too. I mean, if anyone's watching this from the championship and they want to get an idea of what it takes to stop Steel Army, you have to get out and engage. You have to get out and challenge them. And, they're probably going to get surprised. Would you say you guys were kind of surprised at how they were challenging you guys and engaging you guys?
A lot, yeah. But sometimes it's how you got to play like these upper echelon teams kind of have to play like you got no tomorrow. Because you can genuinely surprise a lot of teams with this. And also just sort of make them rethink how like their approach to you. Yeah, they definitely changed our approach a ton. Like we had ideas in back of the head, but some of them came to fruition. Even early on in Game 4, they started showing pretty well, but then it just didn't last for the whole game.
Absolutely. Now, on that note, Devin, the monkey is off your back. You guys have gotten that first loss of the season. Does it feel like the load is off your shoulders now, or is it producing the exact opposite effect, where it's like now you guys are starting to feel the pressure of the rest of the teams catching up to you?
Nah, we're fired up after this one. I know the seasonal allergies hit every once in a while, so you gotta take your Flonase, get back into the game, and then we'll be right back at it. It's just a small little misstep is all. We'll be back.
Fair, sounds good. As for, your guys' ability to come back, I mean, next week, you guys don't necessarily have an easy match. I'm going to hold that thought real quick. You guys are facing Axe and Rose SC. They might still be a difficult matchup, given how you guys play, but how do you see them as, your next opponent? Like, what are your thoughts on that after this matchup against Big Dogs?
They might be the casualty of a team on a revenge tour. So, I mean, let's hope it stays that way, but, yeah, I think this just causes us to refocus is all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now we know we can't not cruise, but like we definitely had like a lot more chill time out there the first few weeks.
Right. Absolutely. And yeah, that just goes to show you can never get complacent in SGL, folks. Every match can be tough. Every match can have a slip up. So got to be ready for everything. Now, you know, before I give you the floor, I have one more question. There was one moment in that game too. The score was 7-0. You had the moment to give us what we were all craving in chat. What I was craving, Devin. So the only question I'm going to ask is, why? Why couldn't you give us what we all asked for?
We're white. We like scoring goals. I don't know. I really don't. Maybe it was just like, all right, we gotta, put the foot down, kind of like stop the momentum as you could. But yeah, no Brazil.
Well, the wait will continue, folks. Sad, but you know what? I've come to accept it, and it's fine. But what we have been getting are a bunch of game fives. You know, once again, you guys have not been able to sweep a team. So I know I said that's going to be the final question before I give you the floor, but real quick follow-up. Is this a concern for you guys when you guys give up a game, or even two potentially, or I guess three in this case? Is there anything you guys are going to change to prevent this?
I think if anything, we come out of every series with a win or a game 5 loss in this instance. I think it only serves to benefit us because you can't expect every series around the league to go the same way. And so we already took down, one of the bigger competitions that we mentioned in Black and Gold Old Timers. I know we got to do it again, but I think we can do it. But yeah, now that we've got that out of the way, I think we have a good picture of what we're looking at, to the point where, all right, I think we've got enough data on these teams. Now let's use it in the follow-up matchups.
Yep, that's fair. And you know what? A 3-2 loss is still not that bad in the grand scheme of things. Swiss for the league, you guys are still getting 2 points, so there you go. That's a good result. And with that, the floor is open, Devin. Go ahead. Say your mind.
Shout out to my team. I know it's a tough game 5 loss, but got 2 points out of it still. Bear, rest up, recover. Raisin, a pleasure. Red, always a pleasure. You guys are why I continue to do what I do with this league. Shout out to Steel Army. We had an awesome performance on Saturday, especially with Robbie jumping up and literally getting smoke bombed by me. My bad. Shout out to you for producing everything. Luis being my co-podcaster. Shout out Gen G, Mobile One Racing, Cheese, Reddles, Magic Bear, Raw Greg, all of them. Shout out Caesar just because he reminded me for it. And yeah, honestly, shout out to the big dogs. They brought it here, and now we know what to do for next time. So appreciate the download over here. You guys are rocking, and yeah, we'll catch you all next time.
There you go. Well said, Devin. Well, thank you very much for giving us the time, even after a tough loss. I'm glad to know that you guys are in good spirits still. And you know what? That's SGL for you. So we'll catch you next time, Devin. Take care. Have a good night. Peace.
Thanks, you too, sir. Peace.
Folks, we're going to jump right into the league table. We need to see how the championship table looks right now with that result. And you can see it right here. That win for Big Dogs is huge because now they're tied on points with Old Timers and Defiance as well. And we will see the week 4 fixtures to show you like how significant this whole thing is. But the gap is starting to close. Big Dogs have put themselves back into title contention with this result. Steel Army, those 2 wins helped them to keep that gap up. So they still have a chance to, keep this lead consolidated and just keep themselves at the top of the table. And before I continue, I do want to shout out the SGL OG, Ska Man, with the Prime sub. Thank you very much for that, Ska. Really appreciate it. Good to see you again. And folks, if you guys don't know, Ska Man is one of the SGL OGs. Midnight Riders was one of the very first teams at the beginnings of SGL. Back in Season 0, when they had, I think 4 teams or so. they were one of the very first teams around. And then from there, SGL, well, eventually became what it is today. So, hey, Scott, man, thanks for coming back. Hopefully you can bring Midnight Riders back. You know, it'd be great to see you guys participate in the league again, for sure. I know Scott, man, in chat, when he sees the name Caesar, he's thinking of a different Caesar. Caesar of Salads of KC Cauldron. Well, we can talk more about that later when we get into SGL lore in our podcast. I think there's an interesting thing to talk about right there as well. Again, content for SGL podcast in the future. So, the championship table, Steel Army with a 5-point gap, but that can shrink to 1 point if BNG Old Timers and EC Defiance both get their wins. And folks, we will be diving into the schedule to see what the matchups are for this week. And if you look at the right side, you have Big Dawgs beating Steel Army 3-2 in an incredible comeback. Then you have the big match, number 2 of the week, BNG Old Timers and EC Defiance. The winner will go within 1 point of Steel Army. So they have everything to play for right now, folks. This is going to be incredible. You don't want to miss it. Midnight Eastern time on Friday or 9 p.m. Pacific on Thursday, April the 3rd. Be there. SGL will be streaming that match for sure. Scarman, thanks for letting me know. I will check Discord later on. Debit in chat saying, give us back the 93 points. And Big Dawgs earned the 41 points. Listen, you know what's funny? I was not expecting that to be a sign of things to come. Oh my god. So that was an oopsie on my part, folks. I had that. So what you saw in the podcast earlier, that's my bad. But I didn't think it was going to lead to this. So there you go. And of course, Stephen P. Smith calling out the Big Dawgs, lighting a fire under their belly, pushing them to prove everyone wrong. And here we have it. The biggest upset of the season, alongside the Rebellion beating Timber's Army last week. But I'd say this is bigger, because I'd say the gap's even bigger between Steel Army and Big Dawgs on paper. So for EM Big Dawgs to do what they did is nothing short of incredible. And folks, I hope you all have gotten the clips, because I want to see them. I want to see them be there for our SGL podcast next week so we can show them off. And who knows, maybe an end of season compilation as well. You know, a little teaser right there, a little possibility. Yeah, let's just go through the rest of the matchups right now. We already talked about BNG Old Timers and EC Defiance. That is for second place. That's to determine which team will go within 1 point of Steel Army. Huge matchup for both teams. And this also gives the chance for Los Verdes to potentially get closer into the top, depending on how BNG Old Timers and EC Defiance goes, as Los Verdes face off against Axe and Rose SC. Last match day, Axe and Rose SC got the first point in SGL. Big congrats to them for that. Now let's see if they can keep that going against the Los Verdes side that is also on the up, that is also gaining some momentum. And now we go to the left. SGL Premier, El Matador versus Timber's Army. Now, folks, El Matador is the only undefeated team across all of SGL. But can Timber's Army change that? Can Timber's Army give El Matador their first loss of the season? We shall see whenever that gets scheduled. Your second matchup, EC Eternal versus the Rebellion. Going to be an interesting matchup for sure. EC Eternal really struggling. But again, Big Dawgs is also struggling, and they were able to come back and beat Steel Army. So, with the Rebellion on the up, EC Eternal also potentially on the up. We'll see how that goes. And then, the third matchup listed in the Premier side, the Locals versus Emerald City RC. Emerald City RC on the up, the Locals coming back from their bye week. I mean, that'll be a good chance for the Locals to potentially get their match going as well. I say their season back on, back underway as well. And you start getting some momentum. And keep an eye on that matchup, Locals versus Emerald City RC. I'm just giving you guys a little teaser. There might be a chance we might get a stream for that very soon. A slight chance, but a chance nonetheless. Scarman calling out another one of the old school SGL teams. Wow, no Dark Clouds. It looks weird without them. Trust me, man, we were trying so hard. We could have had a Dark Clouds or Minnesota United team. Shoutouts to K Doughboy of the locals for trying to get that team in, and also shout out to him for this beautiful, absolutely beautiful, these beautiful graphics, this beautiful overlay in the game. He's done a lot of incredible work for all that. So shout outs to him. Thanks to him for all that, for sure. Right, folks, that about does it. I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna hydrate. I need to, clear up my throat a bit, get some rest. And folks, thank you all so much for coming on in. First for the SGL podcast, which led us to the Cup tournament draw, and finally to this matchup with a huge upset where El Matador Big Dogs of FC Dallas beat Steel Army of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds 3-2. And that's it. We're going to sign off right now here in SGL from the Only Mazar. Have a good night, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Maybe in a couple of hours. We'll see. I don't know, but we'll see. Peace.